if we get into a full-blown sort of a economic war with the Saudis, and they promise economic vengeance if we start getting tough with them because of this, then what happens? The former advisor to Vice President Dick Cheney, John Hanna. John, that could get messy and fast.
Yeah, no, that would really be a nightmare, Neil. As eager as people are to really take a shot at the Saudis here for this tragic incident, they've got to remember, we are now 20 days out from the U.S. government imposing crippling sanctions on the Iranian oil sector that could take out between 1 million to 2 million barrels a day off the market. And the Saudis are the only actor that has the spare capacity to cover those Iranian barrels and prevent a really crippling spike in the price of oil.
When the president referred to possibly rogue killers that might have gotten to Jamal Khashoggi, you always think, hearing it coming from the president, that he's got access to more information than certainly I do than you do. What do you think he meant by that?
Well, I'm not sure the U.S. government really has its hands around exactly what happened here, much less who actually ordered it, if in fact the Saudis did kill Khashoggi. I think analytically it's hard for me to believe that an operation like this, given the potential consequences of it going bad, wasn't ordered by somebody in Riyadh at very high levels. But diplomatically, we have got to maintain the strategic U.S.-Saudi relationship at the same time as we express real displeasure with what the Saudis have done here and set some real red lines. But that means that a cover story about some kind of rogue operation in which the Saudis investigate and really punish somebody may be where this eventually ends up.
You know what I don't understand about any of this, though, is the Saudis, they're not idiots. I mean, obviously, they could have clearly telegraphed the kind of reaction this would get if they were intent on kidnapping and or killing this Washington Post columnist. So maybe the Robert Ludlum character in me says that maybe this is more elaborate than we know, and that this could have been something hatched by the Turks to get at the Saudis, to embarrass them, to put them in a position. I mean, that's been bandied about. What do you think?
Listen, the Turks and the Qataris are completely unreliable narrators here. That is absolutely true. The Turks have a lot of journalists in jail without any due process. They've engaged in mass arrests of people who are largely innocent, including Pastor Brunson, of course, who returned, thankfully, last week. On the other hand, what we do know is Khashoggi went into that Saudi embassy consulate almost 2 weeks ago. He has not emerged, and the Saudis have produced not one piece of exculpatory evidence to suggest what happened to him or that he, in fact, left that embassy. So I think there is a large burden of proof here on the Saudis, and that's probably where it needs to stay.
All right, let's see what happens. John, thank you very, very much. John Hanna.